We have a really small design team. I think it would surprise people. It's 9 people.
Really?
It is totally flat. So there's no fancy titles. Everyone is a product designer. The way that the team works is very focused around making things. That's the entire job. In fact, your very first day when you start, we have design critiques once a week for a couple hours. Your very first day, you have to present something. So you have to make something and present it. And what that does that I think is really interesting and powerful is that ultimately, of course, on your first day, when you have no context for what the company is working on, no idea what's going on, how on earth are you supposed to come up with a great idea? I mean, it's almost impossible. But you have to show an idea your first day. And so ultimately, on your very first day, your worst fears come true. That we're sitting there all together and we're looking at an idea that's ultimately not that great. I mean, sometimes they're pretty good, but ultimately not that great. And that, I think, opens the door to creativity because it already happened. You already failed. The idea wasn't good. And what ultimately happens on our design team is that 99% of ideas are not good, but 1% is. And we really abide by that idea of or the concept that the best way to have a good idea is to have lots of ideas. So the team is just constantly generating an incredible number of ideas and products and features and that sort of thing. And ultimately, our job is to try to figure out what the great ones are, and then, most importantly, build a strong relationship between this little team that's coming up with all this stuff all the time and our much bigger engineering organization, our bigger product organization, who also have all sorts of amazing ideas and are also innovating in their own way, and build a flywheel between the two where we can ultimately make a lot of new products and then consistently make them better.
So many questions there that I'm very, very curious about.